Welcome back, folks, to another Captain Patriot video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm taking a look at the breaking news of the most recent, the second now at this point, and I'm sure there's going to be more, assassination attempt against Donald Trump. So without further ado, let's watch this video, and then I'll add my thoughts throughout.
Brian Wesley Routh never got a shot off, not at former President Trump and not at the Secret Service. Just moments ago, law enforcement officials said they are searching through Routh's social media sites and his electronic devices to find out where he's been and exactly why he had a high-powered rifle with an obscured serial number and a scope while he was waiting for Donald.
This is really interesting. It's always interesting to question where these people are getting these guns from, especially when you find out that, oh, this was a stolen gun, or, oh, this gun was, it's the serial number has been scratched off, right? So you can't tell like who the gun belongs to. This is always really interesting to me. And it's always fascinating too, especially after the first assassination attempt. Oh, the FBI comes out later and says, you know what? We had our eye on them. We were watching them. They were on our list. Oh, but we didn't do anything. And, oh, it happens. Oh, oops. It's like, there's no way that this is accidental, right? There's no way at this point that this is an accident. This has to be intentional because it's clear that this is going to happen again and again and again. And it's clear to me, too, that the left, or at least people on the left, not the whole left, but the people on the left who are justifying this, they're justifying this by saying, well, if you just got rid of the Second Amendment, this wouldn't be an issue. It's like, well, what happens when the guns are illegally obtained? How do you stop that? How do you stop a criminal from committing crime when there's already laws in place to stop those crimes? To stop the crimes, right? They're supposed to prevent criminals from doing crime because it's supposed to put some sort of burden on them because there is an actual consequence to their action. But when you don't enforce laws, like we saw with defund the police and the left's movement of basically trying to say that George Floyd did nothing wrong at all and that he was just a total innocent bystander, things like that, you start to obscure the law. You start to obscure what it means to be a criminal and what it means to be a law-abiding citizen. I mean, you see all the shoplifting going on in all the major cities, and stores are basically pulling out of those cities completely. It's for good reason. It's because the law is not being enforced. So the question becomes, well, we have laws in place for gun rights. We have laws in place for, background checks and things like that. What else do you want? What other laws do you think you could put into place that could prevent things like this? Right? So of course the left is blaming Trump naturally for this. They're justifying it however they want. It doesn't really matter. They're all dog shit opinions anyways. So it's just fascinating. It's just fascinating that this is where we're at. And of course, there's not been an increase in security detail for Trump at all. We're not seeing any sort of, Joe Biden made a statement, which was basically him mumbling and stumbling through half a coherent sentence, and the rest was just garbled nonsense. But of course, you have everyone cheering and applauding him and saying, "Oh wow, like look at our amazing leader. Look at our amazing leader. Look at how he stands up against political violence, and oh wow, he's such a strong president, such a strong guy." It's like the dude's basically hanging on by a thread. Like, if we're being honest, the guy can barely function. So I don't know. This whole thing, violence obviously towards a president is usually a bad idea, and it sets a dangerous precedent when you start treating it as if it's like okay towards one political candidate versus another. I mean, we haven't seen any assassination attempt towards Biden, and I mean that kind of makes sense because the guy's like barely alive as it is. So it's like, I mean, here we're sitting, and like the guy who's not even president right now is getting shot at now multiple times, hit once, and unfortunately one of his supporters was killed at his own hearing, at his own rally. So it's just, this is just wild.
Trump. Keep walking. Police were taking no chances as they arrested 58-year-old Wesley Ryan Routh yesterday. The man police say was laying in wait with the possible intention of trying to assassinate former President Donald Trump.
The security level at Mar-a-Lago is the highest it can possibly be now.
Officials held a news conference.
Now? Oh, now it is. Oh, good. Yeah, we can all feel better now. It's better now. How many assassination attempts do you need to just realize that people want to kill Trump? Are we just going to like act like this is just like, oh, the last one was a one-off, and now the second one, are you going to act like there's not going to be a third one? Because at this point, it seems to be almost expected I don't know. It just feels very confusing that they're basically saying, oh, well, now that there's been a second attempt, we're going to increase his security detail. Why did you not do that after the first assassination attempt?
Just moments ago and told the story of how Routh was discovered behind a tree line right off the Trump golf course.
The agent, who was visually sweeping the area of the 6th screen, saw the subject armed with what he perceived to be a rifle and immediately discharged his firearm. The subject, who did not have line of sight to the former president, fled the scene. He did not fire or get off any shots at our agent.
Yeah, he didn't get any shots off. That's great. That's good. It's unfortunate that the Secret Service was not this active or aware or prepared during the first assassination attempt. It seems like they got their shit a little bit more together on this one, which is good. It still blows me away that he was even able to get within 400 yards of Trump. Like that blows me away, because 400 yards for anyone who shot a gun at least semi-regularly can make that shot. This is something that, I think America needs to realize, is that this is not a gun issue at all. This is a people issue. This is 100% we have a severe issue with people becoming radicalized through the media, through social media, radicalized, whether it be Ukraine and Russia, or radicalized with, Democrat, Republican, whatever, Christian, Muslim, whatever it is. We seem to have an issue with radicalization, and regardless of what it is, it seems very easy for people to get swept up into the nonsense thinking that, oh, violence is appropriate, violence is okay because it fits my cause, it fits my objective, it fits my goal, right? It strikes me as very dangerous, because it doesn't seem like Americans want peace anymore. It seems like people are a little anxious, little nervous, a little just getting to the point of saying, fuck it. Like, let's do this thing. Let's light it all on fire. And that's a very dangerous idea. That's a very dangerous thought, because things like this are not something you want to play with. This is fire. And unfortunately, you have people saying, oh man, that sucks that he missed, just like they said that after the first assassination attempt. So here we are. This is America.
He had been there waiting.
Cellular data shows that the subject was in the vicinity of the golf course roughly 12 hours before the engagement with the United States Secret Service.
Routh has an extensive criminal history, and some of it is frightening.
The subject was charged and convicted in North Carolina for possession of a weapon of mass destruction.
Routh.
I want to know more about that. I want to know more about the weapon of mass destruction. If that's the case, that sounds like a felony charge. It could have been like a biological warfare weapon or some shit, a dirty bomb. Who knows? I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been a fucking handgun for all we know. But everything nowadays is deemed a weapon of mass destruction, except for things that actually kill you, like McDonald's and soda and all that other crap. So here we are. This is where we're at now as a nation. This is where we're sitting. This is what we're seeing. And I don't think this would be the last assassination attempt prior to the election. I just hope and pray that Trump is safe, and that people really start to, hopefully people come to terms with the idea that violence is not a solution to political differences. I wish that would be a thing. I wish people could, change their minds, but no, of course not. That's obviously, I'm asking for too much. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.